Hello? Hello? 1, 2. Check, check. Hello? 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 Welcome to another retro stream. Retro video game stream. Actually, retro computer game stream on original hardware. Tonight we're going to be playing the Shattered Alliance, the Chronicles of Osgorth, for a second time. And this time we're going to be playing the scenario Gondor versus Mordor, which is obviously a Lord of the Rings reference. So last time I showed off my box copy of Shattered Alliance. I have it out here again, getting it all put together for tonight's stream. I think this is a somewhat rare-ish game. The story goes that my dad bought this for $50 back in 1982, and if you think about how expensive $50 was in 1982, it'd be like buying a game for like $150 now. But he spent a lot of time looking at it in the shop window and thinking, man, it looks really cool. And if you think about all the way back to 1982, there weren't a lot of strategy war games, and there certainly weren't a lot of fantasy strategy war games for computers. So, you know, the cover art's amazing, looks really cool. The promise of tactical war game is pretty neat on the back. So this set is not my dad's original set. This is one that I picked up later, but this set is complete. I have the original diskette. I made a save game disc today. You can save your game, which is pretty cool. It comes with a couple command cards for 2 players. It tells you the commands of the game, which is neat. Has some instructions for getting the game started. It has a little combat factors sheet, which tells you like how the game works for the units, various units that you play. There's a combat matrix on here for the various units and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So it's more like it's a lot like an old school war game. If you think back in time or knew anything about war games from that era, a lot of multicolored charts and play aids and stuff like that. Here's the manual. This is a nice manual, actually. It's not full color, but it's got a lot of information in it. Talks about the game system, has a map, various pages, talks about the unit types, the controls, gives you an overview of the world of Osgorth, which is pretty neat. And talks about the first introductory mission, which we played last time, which was the unicorns versus the Zorgs, which is basically like the orcs of Shattered Alliance. So there's that mission that we played. So anyway, I've got it booted up here. Got my plaids, save disk. I'm not sure if we'll have to save the game or not, but we'll see how it goes. What I'd like to do is make sure that I can turn off the timer for the turns. So we'll see if we can do that. I'm not exactly sure how it'll work, but we'll see if we can set the timer to nothing, and so we don't have to have a timer on our turns. All right, Shattered Alliance by John Lyon. Go ahead and get started here. Even as a diskette, this game takes a little while to load. It's programmed in BASIC and assembler language. So if you know anything about how much slower BASIC is, I don't know what parts are programmed in BASIC, but some of it is. So I don't know if any of you out there ever played too many strategy games on the Atari. My dad was a kind of a strategy gamer and always has been. He played games like Civilization and stuff when I was a little older pretty heavily. There was another game that he played called Empire that we played on our, I believe on our Atari ST, maybe not. Maybe we played it on our original 386 that we had. Would have been like 89 or 88. But he spent a lot of time playing that. So I would watch my dad play strategy games like this, and then I'd be interested in playing them. So through the years, he's played a lot of strategy games that have sunk many hours of playtime into. All right, so we're going to play a new game. Scenarios from the short story designer series scenarios. So yeah, we want Gondor versus Mordor. And actually, supposedly there is a way to design your own scenarios. There's a scenario designer kit that they made, which is interesting because I don't know how I'd get my hands on that, but it sure would be neat to have a way to design custom scenarios. I'm just checking the buffering on this because it would look like it lagged a little bit there. All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, it takes a little while to load the game. At least it's not from cassette. If you wanted to load a game from cassette tape, it would take a long time. We don't speak about the cassette tape games. Oh yeah, so it shows you the army roster for each side, so you can pick which side you want, which is pretty cool. So obviously this is the Gondor. They have elves, humans, dwarves, various weapons. They have, looks like a rating, light infantry, medium infantry, heavy infantry. And then they have shield, and then their weapon, they have sword. Elves have bows. The dwarves have two-handed weapons, which is pretty cool. And it shows you the unit size, which is pretty neat. So we've seen that. Now we see the enemy side. Orcs. Humans. Yes, humans that serve Sauron. So, strangely enough, for whatever reason, the computer shows the that there's some color that I don't have on my television, and I'm not sure exactly how that is that the TV interprets it, that there's no color. But there's color on the stream, which is cool. You can see the units are kind of green there. I don't know how that's doing that. I have no explanation. So I think I guess we'll play Gondor, although I usually, in real life, for my tabletop wargaming, I almost always play the orcs. So, I don't know. Should I play the orcs? I played the orcs last time. Should I play the good guys this time and play Gondor? Not control the forces of Mordor. So, alright. So hit return here. Left side commander, I want that side. We want C. Yes. I don't want any timer. That's crazy. You have to have a timer. Man. Well, I want the full 60 seconds. Detailed displays for morale and combat. That took a little while to generate that last time, but I do want to see that. We'll go ahead and choose beginner. Interesting. You can give yourself a handicap. We'll just do regular. Relax. This will take a few minutes. So yeah, I don't know which part of this necessarily. Is the part that's in assembly language. The mighty beeps. I can only imagine waiting for the cassette to load this would take hours. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not an hour, but a long time. You wait there for it to read off the cassette tape. It would be miserable. When my father got the diskette drive, it was like a revelation for him for his computing. One of the games that we had on cassette tape that I wish that I still had is a game called Picnic Paranoia by Synapse Software. And I've looked at trying to pick it up through the years before retro gaming got really expensive. And it was expensive even then. It must be a semi-rare game, but I remember being excited to play Picnic Paranoia, and we had it on a cassette tape. It's kind of a silly game. You protect your picnic tables full of food from ants coming in from the sides trying to take the food away. And so you run around with a little fly swatter smacking all the ants. As a kid, that was really fun. This scenario is taking a long time to load. I wonder if there's anything different about it necessarily. Here we go. All right. Hit return to start. Now, one interesting thing about this game is that it seems to... You take turns moving your units, and it's not necessarily clear when units get to take their turns. If they're broken and they're fleeing, they kind of run on their own. But, you get to move your units one at a time. You don't get to pick between the ones that you have. it just tells you, okay, now it's this unit's turn. Now it's this unit's turn. So there must be some internal value of units that are slower or faster. They get to move more or less. And I think that's kind of interesting. I haven't dug really deep into the unit characteristics, but I think that's a thing that's kind of neat that the game juggles for you. So it sort of lets you focus on what to do tactically with that particular unit at that particular time, which is cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna try to lean forward and back at various times to stay on camera. So I got to reach into this keyboard. All right, I have a good 60 seconds, the full amount of time. Now, if I remember, the elves have bows. So can I try to move into the mountain, I wonder? I wonder if I can. Because I kind of want to shoot down on the orcs. Let's see if I can. Okay. Let's move these guys also. And these humans are medium infantry. Let's move them up. Let's move them up as well. These ones have the bow. I wonder what the range on the bow is. Let's move them up too. These are shield and spear. These are the dwarves with the two-handed weapons. We want them to get the heavy infantry. We want to try to get them into the mix. And this is some cavalry. Heavy cavalry with shield and lance. Let's try to keep them in a spot where they can charge. These orcs have bows too. Those are big units. 666. A lot of troops. I'm going to get shot here. Only lost 13. Good long range there. Works with heavy infantry, shield javelins. Medium infantry unit. These guys have javelins. Oh, all the way up in the upper right-hand corner, there's some enemy cavalry. Interesting. All right, we're going to tell these guys to hold. So what is the order for that? Key 0. Okay. Interesting. Now these shields and spears, I think I want to pull these guys back so they can have my cavalry charge. So I'm actually going to move them up. I'm going to tell them to hold too. These bows, I want them to shoot. Combat fire is F. Okay. So let's try to get these guys. Interesting. Now, how in the heck did I lose troops shooting with the bows? That's what I want to know. Maybe that's overall. Can it fire again? No. I think we're going to have these humans, this heavy infantry, we're going to have them hold as well. Let these guys come forward. Kind of want my bows from my elves. Try to weaken these units. "19 troops." Okay. Moving up. Shooting me some more. I've lost 37, so I'm not sure that actually did anything to me. All right, let's see if we can get our heavy cavalry in this. Can I shoot over the mountain, I wonder? Nobody there. Okay. So, I guess I can't shoot over the mountain. Guess it makes sense. I guess we'll move them up. We're going to really hit this lower orc unit hard. Okay. Not sure if trapping my cavalry is a good idea, but my other units, I guess we'll just try to bump them up here. All right. So we have sword and bow. Guess we'll attack. Oof. I lost. That's not good. Well, hopefully these heavy infantry two-hander dwarves can do better damage. Ooh, that worked. Winner, rout, loser. Okay. Smashed them up real good. Enter order, pursue. I guess I have to. Interesting. Morale check. So they must have routed both of them. Interesting. The Mordor heavy cav is far away. Let's see if we can smash this other unit with the Gondor cavalry. Just crush them there. Minus 87. Let's see if we can shoot these orcs here. Can I not shoot around a unit? Okay. Huh. Just kind of reduce their number. I just want to stay there. These humans... Guess I'll hold them in reserve. Can I doubt I'm... Well, I guess I'll move them down. No stacking. Okay. We got him on the run. Let's get this heavy cav in here. Now, can I shoot through the forest. I guess we'll find out. Nope. Must not have line of sight. Let's have him move up. Kind of don't want them to get out of position too much. Kind of want to just let them come to me. I'm just going to hold. I want to make sure I have a path to get things out of there if I have to. I think holding these mountains and stuff is good for being attacked. Like if you have a better position, it's good. Now, these dwarves are really good. So I think I'm going to move them into the trees and wait for these other units to move up. Because these other orcs are just running away. All right, let's smash this human unit. Nice. Didn't rout him, though. These archers, I just want to, I guess, well, let's see if I can shoot from here. Will it let me shoot there? Be cool if it worked. Just a little bit of damage. That's all right. Let's just have them hold. Guess we'll have these guys move up. They're still running away. Now, who will these guys attack? Well, they won't. Interesting. Well, we'll oblige them. Beat them up real good. Still not routed, though. Pepper them with the arrows. Seems like a good idea. Kind of worried about my elves up there. They might get hit pretty hard by that cav. Let's shoot and retreat. Somehow I lost someone. Okay, let's move these guys up. Interesting. I guess I'll get them into the slot here. What is that guy going to do? Is he going to try to hit my cav? He's been weakened. He seems to be running away. What will this guy do? He wants some. We'll give him the heavy cav. Oh yeah. Took some damage though. Now, I don't think I can shoot over my own guys. So I guess move these guys down. Interesting. I wonder if the cavalry, if it moves into the forest, if that's bad. Shields, long spears, heavy infantry. Guess I'll move up. Take a little bit of a risk here. Alright, these dwarves with two-hand weapons should do a lot of damage. Oh yeah. Routed that unit. Nice. Dwarves coming in with those heavy weapons. Doing big damage. Apparently I have to pursue. That must be a thing that dwarves have to do. Uh-oh. Is he going to try to attack? My heavy lances. No? Alright. Oh, they're going to try to rally. Interesting. I think we've won. Let's see what it says. I think we smashed up the forces of Mordor pretty good. Game over. Oh, yes. Decisively won. 90% strength left. 59% strength left. Minus 15% for retreating. Loser. Okay. You can save the game or view the map. Let's take one last look at the map here before we turn it off. All right. Cool. All right. Well, that was pretty fun. I guess we'll play it on the regular mode next time, but that was cool. The different unit types are interesting. The dwarves with the two-handed weapons are pretty cool. The heavy cavalry that came rushing in and smashed those units was almost a little too easy. I bet it's more challenging to play as Mordor because your cavalry is so far away. But I imagine if you can kind of lure the forces of Gondor into that channel and kind of pepper them with arrows and stuff, or javelins, as they approach, and then kind of squeeze them with your heavy units, you could do better. It's interesting, how the computer played that, but that was pretty cool. All right, well, that is the Shattered Alliance, Gondor versus Mordor. So let's wrap this up, and then maybe we'll play another game really quick here on the Atari.